Hello, this is Molly Reamer with 30 Days of Goddess in Bridget's Grove, and I just want to briefly introduce something that I'm excited to be creating for our Goddess Magic community in 2024. That is patreon.com/goddessmagic. And so this is the Goddess Guidance Club, and this is a new effort at creating a monthly approach to our practices. So I love 30 Days of Goddess. There's so much to offer there, but I do notice sometimes that people feel overwhelmed with the volume of material. And I thought with the Goddess Guidance Club, if you want to only focus on one goddess and the thematic materials, you can enjoy receiving those and not necessarily have to worry about keeping up with the daily practice. Daily practice is a life-changing, powerful magic, but it isn't always right for everyone. And so I wanted to expand the resources and the offerings with this. It also gives you a chance, if you missed out on the Story Goddess Oracle in 2023, which was a patron membership benefit with a whole deck of wonderful Story Goddess Oracle cards in 2023. If you missed out on that deck, which has now come to an end and is under further development as a color edition, etc., this Goddess Guidance Club level will give you the chance to still receive one of the cards each month in a duo color version. So this is done in 2 colors, and there is a matching bookmark. So this is just a little snapshot view of December's. I had originally used the Kaliak for November and December. So there's her little Goddess Guidance packet. And then I decided I missed having someone new for December. And so I went ahead and added Circe into our resources. So what the Goddess Guidance Club materials will include are the color Story Goddess Oracle card, a matching bookmark, and a set of affirmation stickers, so to speak. So this is what it will look like when you originally print it out. I recommend getting it printed at Staples in color on cardstock. It runs you about $1, and then you have this resource. And so there's a lot of choices of thematic affirmations, and then you can assemble it together into what I call an Oracle card buffet or an Oracle card packet that you can refer back to for inspiration, guidance, and support throughout the month. So there's the matching bookmark for Circe, there is Circe's card, and there are the affirmation cards. You will also, in January of 2024, people in at the patron level, the Goddess Magic level and up, are also going to receive monthly guidebooks full of inspiration and wisdom. So I have January's right here as a little sneak peek, and then you will be able to go through that resource throughout the month to dive into for nurturing, support, a sense of community. And our weekly community practice lives in our Facebook group will also draw upon resources from that book to hopefully give you a nice sense of grounded connection, support, and community practice. Your Goddess Guidance Month or Goddess Guidance Club resources are also going to include a mini foldable prayer book. I have not made one yet. The first one's going to be for our January Goddess. So stay tuned, because you will be getting a resource like that as well to honor that goddess. 4 times a year, I'm going to go ahead and make the Goddess Guidance Club resources be free for everybody, regardless of your membership level or not. So everyone on our newsletter list will get the Goddess Guidance Club resources, minus the guidebook, the thematic goddess resources. They will get those once a season. And so I hope that will allow people. I like to keep our practices accessible while also sustainable for me as a creator. And so that's one way I can think to do it. So members of the Goddess Magic community on Patreon will receive 12 of these packs a year, and then members of our newsletter list, which is free to join and includes a weekly newsletter, members of that newsletter will receive a guide pack 4 times a year seasonally. So that is the plan. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about Circe. Circe is the Greek goddess of magic, sorcery, enchantment. She is the daughter of the sun god and a water nymph, and ruler of her island home, where she weaves a network of magic to both ensnare and enchant. So you may be more familiar with her story, the classic story of when the men landed on her island, assaulted her, and she turned them into pigs. I have always found in my many years of work with goddesses, I always find that when someone's story is reduced to a very small piece like that, where there's an assault, there is, some kind of experience, somebody's turned into something, somebody's, takes revenge, whatever, there's usually so much more power buried in that story. And so I always come from the perspective that these goddesses had a lot of power and authority and magic, and have gradually, with time and patriarchy, been eroded down to a small piece of the real story. And so whenever you read something about a goddess that pretty much diminishes her to a single aspect or a single story, there is a lot more power hidden behind that thin patriarchal veneer. So anyway, that is what I wanted to share about Circe, and then I'd like to share her poem with you as we close. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I put on the back in my little packet. So I am in touch with delight. That is a perfect affirmation for this month. May you be in touch with delight. May you tap in to your own delight. And then I had a prick to prayer card as well. And this is what we got. May we remember that we hold sacred space within. A universe moves within ourselves, and time itself dances in our blood. So a perfect companion with Circe as well. And then to explain a little bit more before we do her poem, then these, for me, you can use them as an altarpiece. You could put one by your computer to remind you. You can even put it next to your bed or sleep with it under your pillow. I like to go through it and read the pieces and reaffirm the pieces at night before I go to bed. But I also put them into my monthly guidebook. I'm getting a little blurry here. The light is bad from rain. I put them into my guidebook and then move it like a bookmark. I move it through the guidebook. But I really do. I touch base with this guidance card pretty much every day, and I find it is a fulfilling addition to my practices and a little bit of an encounter with magic and enchantment in an ordinary day. So let's see. Let's go ahead and read Circe's poem and honor her as we close this video, thinking about how we can dance with our own enchantment and be in touch with our own delight throughout the months to come. Listen, I am the enchantress. Drink deeply of your life. I am a wisdom keeper and myth maker, a storyteller and web weaver. I know how to sit with mystery, listen to the wind, and learn from the wild. I am willing to witness and wonder, to choose and to change. I make my own magic. So may you remember to sit with mystery, listen to the wind, and learn from the wild this month. May you be willing to witness and to wonder, to choose and to change. May you always remember that you make your own magic wherever you go. Thanks so much for being here. Keep living your magic.